Hello Troll Queen viewers. This is my first video for the Hunters groups, which is mainly I'm a real supernatural hunter, I'm a real demon hunter. This is my first video for you guys, so I'm going to go through the skin, so you regular viewers at this point, disregard this. Most of you know me as SheAngel19. I've also been called the Troll Queen and numerous other names, but we're not gonna get into all that right now. I was requested a while back to start doing videos and thought it would be a great way to expand on a very unutilized tool of YouTube, so I can get points across much better than just words on a keyboard. Alright, because this is the introductory video, we're going to cover a few things like wanting to learn to hunt, wanting to get into the lifestyle, and all that. Okay, we'll start off with general guidelines. 1. When you come on asking for help, do not throw a hissy fit when we give you an answer. Don't do that. You're coming to us for help. So don't just get all uppity and you don't know what you're talking about when we give you an answer that isn't to your liking. Now, that being said, one of the biggest requests that we get is, will you teach me to hunt? And we almost always tell you no. And the ones of us that don't say no are usually newer people that are already bullshitting what they do. In a nutshell, this is what we do. We clean up after people. We fix people's problems. It's not this big glamorous thing like a TV show portrays it to be. We don't go out with shotguns loaded up with salt or whatever. We don't carry our little room knives and blessed weapons or whatever. The truth is we're like hazmat for the supernatural world. And the reason that we don't teach you is because, yeah, it's really dangerous. And if you get into this, you put a lot of people at risk. You put family at risk, loved ones, friends. Because as soon as you start doing this, you make yourself a target to everything. And what better way to get at somebody than to go through people they care about? Another reason that we don't teach you is because if you don't do this stuff right, you can get hurt, you can get other people hurt. If you don't do it correctly, it can end up making a bigger mess than it already is. Now, if you are a teenager, we're definitely not going to teach you. Because, first of all, you're not established in your life to begin with. You're still a kid in our eyes. You're still living at home. You've not gone out into the real world yet. And, frankly, what you want as a teenager may not be what you want as an adult. And in this field, there is no going back. You don't just hang it up, you don't retire. And I'm not saying you do this till you die. No, as soon as you start doing this, you run that risk for the rest of your life. I'm not saying that this is what will kill you, I'm just saying that it's a constant. And, this is stuff that you have to explain to your loved ones, which that in of itself is kind of difficult, because if they're not willing to endure this or even believe you, that puts them at risk too. And throughout this, I will be doing a series of videos addressing things like what supernatural beings are and aren't. For example, there's a lot of confusion between a daemon and a demon. They are vastly different things, and one little letter does make the difference. Because we're going to be addressing what a demon is and isn't as well, and how you handle them. Because I get a lot of people on here saying, oh, you got to use the power of Christ. Power of Christ compels you. That's not necessarily true. And you get a lot of people saying, oh, well, I kill demons. I've killed this demon. I've killed that demon. You can't kill something that's not alive. And clearly you don't understand how this really works. And I've stated this several times to people, and I get a whole lot of crap back of, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Really? You do? Where are you getting this information? By definition, well, sorry, I'm going on a tangent with this, because this is just supposed to be an introduction video. Another thing that we come into a lot is, well, my mentor said. Okay, your mentor, if you have a mentor, if you have a teacher for this stuff, they're already coming up to questionable credibility because they are teaching you. And not teaching people is kind of a general rule for people that actually hunt. And I mean, we use the word hunters, but it's not exactly accurate. We handle things. It's not like we go out of our way looking for things. I mean, don't kick the hornet's nest if they're not stinging anything. So, your mentor is probably already snowblinding you. Because, and here's another thing, even if you are getting advice, don't take advice from somebody that's not even out of their teens yet. Because even if they have experience, they're not going to have more than a year or so under their belt. And let's even go on a stretch and say that they have been doing this for a while. 3-4 years? That's actually not a lot of experience in our field. It's not. I mean, some of us, like Eric Aaron and myself, and Deanna Joe, who I actually have not seen on in a while, we have years of experience, like pushing, well, I don't know about Eric, but I have about 13 years of experience on this, going on 14. I mean, like over a decade. And we still learn new things. So if anybody under the age of like their early 20s is trying to teach or advise you, I would seriously call it into question. And another thing, hunter journals. I don't know about other people. I don't keep one. People I talk to and know don't keep them because we really don't see a point in it. I mean, we're not going to be teaching anyone anyway, so why are we going to keep a journal on it? I mean, it just seems really unnecessary. Not only that, but I mean, really, he's got time to just write and write and write. Because, I mean, between your actual life and between handling jobs, both paycheck job and non-paycheck job, who has time for that? YouTube's much faster. And how to explain this? Okay. Guns aren't gonna help you. They're not. And I don't know where y'all get that, because most things that hunters deal with are non-corporeal. And what that means is they are not physical beings. So how's a gun gonna hurt something that's not technically alive? Let's see, what else have we gotta address? Okay, people claiming they're demons, we'll be doing a video on that as well. Anybody that claims they're a demon is bullshit. We'll just go ahead and, on a quick summary, anybody claiming that is full of crap. Anybody claiming that they are an angel incarnate, and I will be doing a video on that as well. and I mean, that one's going to be easy to debunk. Also, don't feed off of stereotypes. Wolfkin, and I have. So, hopefully a lot of y'all have seen the bridge over video that is titled Hunters. I address that issue in it as well. Don't go off and assume that werewolves are bad. Don't go off and assume that vampires kill people. Don't go off and assume that every spirit needs to be eliminated. Because really, if they're not bothering anything, don't bother them. And that applies to everything. If it's not bothering you, don't bother it. And another thing, read a lot. Do your research. And I don't mean Google. Google is not research. And please do not get information from that TV show. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a great show. I watch it. It's an enjoyable show. That's just, it is a show. It is written. It is fiction. I mean, yeah, some of it is based on real things, but it's still fiction. It's meant for entertainment. It's not meant factually. So, I'm coming up on 12 minutes. I've got my general summary out of the way, and the same thing that I suggest on all my videos. Well, pretty sure all my videos. Feel free to leave comments, ask questions. You know how to reach me on EP, Shangel19. I'm all over the place. Feel free to even look into the wolf videos, because I am cranking out a lot of information on them. And absolutely suggest topics. I'll be more than happy to cover them. I'll be more than happy to inform. And even if I don't know, I will do a little bit of research and brush up on it so I can give you an answer. So, tune in to the Troll Queens channel. Y'all have a good night.